Alright, here we go. Welcome guys. Today we're getting back to some drawing today because I feel a little bit rusty, and I've been doing a lot of 3D stuff, a lot of Blender on the stream lately. But yeah, so I feel a little bit guilty that we haven't been doing this bread and butter drawing stuff, and yeah, just want to get back to it here. So today we're using this this cool program called PureRef that a lot of you guys recommended on the stream. So I'm excited to use it. It looks really cool. So I guess we can just zoom in on certain pictures really quickly. Man, I wish I had this earlier. But wow, that's a really cool program. Okay, so if this is your first time, we basically take a drawing, or we take a little timer, 5 minutes. So for example, this one here, 5 minutes. And also today, I want to work on people or figures a little bit, because that's one of the things that I'm not really comfortable with, and I want to get better at it. So I've collected a couple of images. There's actually a lot of pictures with figures interacting with motorcycles or machines or something like that. So it's a little bit more comfortable for me, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I'm just happy to be drawing today. And again, I'm sorry to you guys out there who were consistent with the drawing here, and then I kind of disappeared into Blender for a bit, but let's get back to some drawing for today. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe for the future I might try to split this thing into a couple days of drawing and a couple days of Blender, just so it's not too monotonous, and for people that want to practice both. And I need to practice both, because if you start losing it really quickly if you're not drawing every day. It's kind of the annoying part about drawing, but oh well. I need my Sharpie. Where's my Sharpie? Where's my cup full of markers? Sharpie. God damn it. Well, anyway, if you guys should be drawing now, go ahead without me. We got 2 minutes left. Let me bring this up a little bit. This creepy Nike dude. I don't know who this is, but he's very reflective, whoever that is. Alright, so I like Sharpie too for these, because number one, it shows up on the camera a little bit, but also I think it helps you to, especially if you're sort of light-handed like me, it helps you to be a little bit more bold with your drawing and force you to make some decisions. So you can't really be too wishy-washy with the Sharpie. You know, it's just gonna be either black or white, and that's kind of a nice little limitation. And then this picture I think is really nice also, because it's pretty simplified in terms of value, so we have a pretty good idea of where to put that black and white. Like you could almost make it like a coloring book. You just draw out the areas where you need to color in, and you don't even have to do the actual lines of the like the interior lines. You could just do the outlines and the silhouettes and just look for these big dark shapes and fill them in. So if you're using a ballpoint, this will be, maybe it might take a little bit longer to fill in these shapes, but yeah, so if you have a Sharpie somewhere or some kind of a bold marker, just that is ideal for this kind of a thing. And I'm out of time, almost. We got like 30 seconds. Let's see, we got, I love these lines here too. So what I mean by just filling in the shapes is that we don't have to draw the lines for everything. So like this line that goes up here and the arm, don't have to draw it. You can, even if you leave that blank, you can still sort of imagine the shape that's there and save yourself some work. And it's also a little bit fun for the viewer or whoever's looking at the drawing to imagine what that shape is without you telling them exactly. So this is a fun way to draw, and I think a lot of comic book people do this, where they just leave out information, and it's fun for the artist and fun for the viewer. Okay. Alright, let's see. So we have a couple more. I'm starting off with more easy ones first, and then we'll move into some more complicated stuff. But, whoa, hello everyone. Sorry I didn't see the chat right away. Let me stick you guys out here so I can see. Hi Luke, hi Blender Burst, hey Victor, hey Luke, hey Craig, hey RJ. Alright, Blender is drawing with us. Hey Manu. Hey Luke. Oh wait, I keep repeating the same people. Yeah, so here we go. Let's do another one. How about this? I think this should be pretty easy, and it kind of fits in with our little exercise here of what do you may call it? It's just our shadows, but our shadows do most of the talking in this drawing too. So let's see here. I like this composition too. It's really long telephoto lens. So all the lines are super parallel and very graphic. I mean, you could even draw, let's say we were trying to take this to the extreme and leave out as many lines as possible. We could leave out this line in between here, or maybe not, I don't know. There is that break between the sky and the sign, but you could decide to leave that out if you wanted to and just only have these darker shades in here, like that, or like under here. And even though we're not drawing the line there specifically, we're still implying that the line is there. So in this case, I'm just deciding to take these shadows all the way black, and over here too. Even though I know that in the picture they're kind of lighter, but in this case we don't have many choices, right? So we have to make those choices with our limitation. Yeah, the Sharpie or any kind of dark marker, I think, is a really great way to learn how to make decisions about what's important in the drawing, and prioritizing what's important. The other good tool for that is the timer. You have to prioritize with the timer. So here I'm getting scared with the timer because it's we're at 2 minutes and there's a lot of text here, which is really tricky. And I think I screwed this up already. So now I mean, it's like purely looking at the shapes there. Yeah, I'm failing at this real hard. This is tougher than I thought it was. I'm starting to rush a little bit. Starting to panic. Ah, shoot. So I missed my line here. Oh well. Damn, this is pretty tricky actually. Yep, I totally screwed this up. Oh well. Damn. Okay. What a fail. Well, I hope you guys had better luck on this one than I did. I'm just gonna keep going like as if I didn't totally mess up this drawing. Maybe it'll look like something in the end, I don't know, because the shapes are not connecting where they're supposed to. Man, okay, this is tricky. I kind of want to try this one again. Damn it. Well, I'm gonna try this one again. Sorry guys. If you got this one correctly, then good job. But I need to give this another shot here. One more time. It's like a little geometry puzzle. Alright, this time I'm going to use a little bit more lines to help me out, because I don't think I am smart enough to ignore all of these lines here. So at least I can know where the border of this thing starts. So here. At least we have this. At least we have the rectangle. And then from here, hopefully those letters won't run off and get away from me. Or the numbers, sorry. Okay. Any kind of type or lettering is really difficult for me, and it actually takes a long time, so I sort of forgot that when choosing this. But oh well, we'll have a bit of a challenge for the start. but I think this one is going a lot better, a lot easier now that I kind of cheated a little bit and put in some lines. Now this is the part that was really confusing, but I think if we just gotta make sure that I don't go too far. So I'm gonna put the outside border first, the one that cuts through the floor, the 4. I'm gonna put that edge in first so I know where my limit is, and then come back in and do the rest of it. It's so easy to mess up the proportions of this stuff. Alright, so now I have my outline, and added the buildings over here. This one really is like a puzzle, I feel like. And this kind of stuff is really satisfying to me, actually. I like drawing things where it's sort of, you really have to think about what fits into where, and there's a lot of landmarks that you can check to see what's fitting or not. But man, this one's a tough one. But it's so satisfying once you kind of figured out the puzzle, and then you get to fill it in and solidify it, and then it looks right this time, hopefully. And I love how these numbers just invert totally. It's sort of like drawing the same thing twice, but backwards. Oh, did I screw that up? Ooh, almost. Okay. Man, even when you have the lines in and it's all figured out, it's still trying to screw you over. It's trying to get you. Can't be dealing with no foolishness like that. Okay, this thing needs to be put away. Whew, okay. Alright. Hi, Nino. That was a tough one. Okay, let's keep going here. Okay, here's another tough one with the shadows. So you have a chance to redeem yourself here. Here we go. And this one, actually, I want to just focus in on a smaller area because it's too much. It's really too much. What about this right here? So man, so like usually I find that the shadow patterns that the shapes make, like these cast shadows, are so much more interesting than the shape itself. I don't know why. some cast shadows make some really weird shapes. Like they always look stretched out and offset, and they always make this really thick and then thin and then thick again. It's just, this kind of stuff is very interesting to me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but anyway, here we go. Let's see. So this one's also going to be tricky, I think, because there's a lot of stuff going on here that's hard to see. So here's the shape of the tread. It's a bump and then another bump here. And it's very, very slight bump from the top view, but then from the cast shadow you see it really pronounced. So it's like taking this shape here and laying it down on its side and stretching it out. So it's very interesting there. And then this one, I guess it's just more simple, but okay, let's give it a shot. Maybe I should zoom in more. This is especially hard if you're trying to not draw the structure in, or the lines. I'm going to try it and see how it goes. I might fail again. That shape is so interesting. Man. Oh, we need a timer. Timer. To me, this shape looks like a design. It looks like some kind of a sci-fi design, or calligraphy, or some high-tech pattern. I love that stuff. Okay, then the next one, and I guess these sort of change over time because of perspective. So I'm gonna try to leave out this line over here, like the lighter lines, and just focus on the shadows. So we'll see if this can come together, or if it just falls apart without the structure. Oh man, I already screwed this up. Oof. Oh, this is so hard. But actually these shadow shapes kind of give me a lot of ideas, and they I really like how weird they feel. They feel sort of alien. I definitely feel like this could be, I could use this stuff in a design for like a spaceship or just random greebles or doodads that are, or strange shadow shapes inside my designs. So I think stuff is really good. Seconds left. I guess I'll try to get these main parts in. And I know this is like a nightmare for some of you. I know this is the kind of drawing that some people hate hate to do, because it's kind of tedious and very puzzly. It's not a very easygoing type of drawing. I feel like you have to really think about, you know, slow down and think about it, because these are all very weird shapes that we're not used to. Anyway, something like that. Oh. Hey, Johan. Morning. Oh. Alright, Craig. See you later. How'd you guys do on this one? Did it kill you? Oh man, look at that. This is also amazing. Okay, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to do another one here, because this is also very, very exciting. Oh yeah, thanks for the suggestion. This program is really cool. Oh, I wanted to ask you, how do you guys know how to scale an image in PureRef or make it smaller? Because some of these I want to rearrange a little bit. But anyway, I'll figure that out in a minute. So, sorry guys, let me stop moving this around to reset the timer. And I'm focusing on these little, they look like polygons almost. Really cool. Maybe I can ignore the left side here. Let me zoom in a little tiny bit. You guys go ahead. Oh man, this is tough. Okay, Control Alt click. I will use that. Thank you. Luke says, thanks for doing these, Vaughn. I love watching them and just chilling out. I wish more artists did this. Alright, Luke. I'll see you later. Thanks for the kind words. So same thing for this one. I'm just gonna only focus on the shadows. And the shadows look like crystals. Everything is sort of a 45-degree angle or something like that, and everything is parallel to each other. I need to fix this one a little bit. So if you're just joining in here, we're all drawing together, and there's a little timer here for us. So we're just trying to do little exercises in the morning and just get back into the rhythm of drawing. I've been sort of neglecting it a little bit lately, but I want to get some practice in for the drawing Olympics, because you know, gotta represent the train hard, train long, train hard, get the gold. Actually, I haven't been training very much lately, which is, I'm horrible. I'm the worst motivational person. People usually take naps whenever I start talking, so I wonder if anyone uses this stream to help their baby fall asleep. Anyway, I've heard some people will just put this stuff on just to listen to drawing sounds like markers and whatever. Wow, I did basically nothing. I need more time. I hope that's okay with you guys, but I'm going to cheat here and add a little bit more time. Because this is embarrassing. I did nothing. National embarrassment. National embarrassment. Alright, another 5 minutes here. I kind of want to nail this. Or not. Yeah, I just need this other junk here. This kind of feels like factory work. Maybe if we spent all day doing this one drawing, it would be super fast. Just repeating the same thing over and over. But I like how these fit together very nicely. They make a big, thick, and thin right here. Very, very thin here, and then it gets very, very thick in the negative space. And also in the positive space too. That's my favorite thing about cast shadows, is they usually create a lot of thick and thin naturally. Let's see, this one. This one's a little bit mangled. Oh, that's cool. I never got to take a calligraphy class, but I feel like that would be pretty fun. We are looking at only the shadows, so we're sort of ignoring the lines here and just picking up on these graphic shadow shapes. And the shadows are interesting because they're giving us all of these really thin to thick negative shapes also. So even there's the positive shapes which we are drawing in black, but then the negative shapes are doing really interesting stuff too. So we're just trying to pay attention to both of those things, because I feel like with design too, a lot of people will design the positive shapes without thinking too much about the negative shapes that they're creating. And I think both are equally important, and both need to be considered. Otherwise you're giving up like half of the impact. Anyway, this thing is, I don't know how accurate I'm being here. But yeah, maybe I should take a calligraphy class and figure out what's going on here. Calligraphy, improve your handwriting. Yeah, my handwriting's horrible. I need to take calligraphy. Okay, calligraphy has to take care of both positive and negative space if you want to be consistent. Cool. Excuse me. Yeah, I like to think of negative space a lot in my designs. Let me see if I can. Let's see here. Well, I don't know if this is a good example, but it's not really a good example. But I'm trying to, in here, some of these little shadows and blips and blops, I want them to be doing some sort of a weird shape here sometimes. not. This is a bad example. Let me find something better. Or better yet, let me find somebody who knows what they're doing, like Ashley Wood here. So when he's doing negative shapes, or look at his white shapes, how, like in the face here, it's pretty interesting. And then the negative shape too, it's just, I don't know, they're both designed. They're both considered. He's not just like making a shadow that's boring, you know. Even here when he does, these are studies of his work. This is not his work, but I was just doing studies and looking how he makes the shadows. Even the shadows, they have the direction of the lines that where he draws the shadows is very energetic. Also, the shapes in the shadows are very energetic, and it seems like he's considering the shadows just as much as anything else. Or like here, this is something where I would try to, when I'm making these graphics here, I try to make it thick and then it goes thin, or I don't know, in here these parts, even though they're sort of, some of it is shadows and just holes, I want the holes to look interesting or squiggly or some kind of funky sci-fi shape, like this or that. That's not a very good explanation. Thanks, Johan. Alright, so let's see, we could do, I guess we could do one of these two. This one's pretty direct also. My favorite, right now I think my favorite is this kind of stuff, just really ridiculous off-road vehicles, but I like everything. I mean, mostly vehicles and mechanical stuff, but I'm trying to draw people more. I mean, I've always been trying to, kind of uncomfortable with people and figures, so, and I've been trying to work on that, but still not there yet with figures. But that's why today I brought in some images that have figures interacting with vehicles. So maybe that'll be a nice way to learn about it. I've done a lot of figure drawing, but I feel like I still can't put a figure into a scene with imagination. Because I feel like with figure drawing, you're not really drawing the figures interacting with too much stuff. They might have a prop or like a stick or something that they're using, but I need to get used to drawing people that are interacting with vehicles or just doing regular people stuff, you know? 1 minute 50. Oh, I forgot a wheel. Oh well. Oops. Alright, let's bring out the Sharpie here. In Russia, we call this car Bohanka. It's quite a bohonkadonk. Yeah, what is this thing? Is this for a farm or? It doesn't look military. Oh yeah, I always tell people to think of the bottom underneath the wheels as just a black triangle pretty much. Designed by Vodka. Okay. Bohanka means piece of black bread. Oh, that makes sense. Although it's kind of brown now. It's more brown bread colored. Oh, L. Alexis says, I'm daily using my left hand, trying to wake up its fine movement. To be able to alternate hands someday, since I'm getting all sorts of weird stuff in my wrist. Uh-oh. Do you draw, Alexis, do you draw like very tight when you draw? Are you like death grip? Ah! That kind of happens to me too. Or I mean, that's how I'm always trying to draw light, but then after a while, if I get really into a drawing, I'll just notice that my palms are sweating and I'm like, ah! And then I have to reset and just say, okay, just relax. Calm down. Just be gentle. Oops. Set another window here. Nobody will notice. Something about buhankas, man. Just make me wanna... I don't know. They just make me hungry. I'm hungry for some buhanka now. Oh, let me get some of that buhanka. Like Kirk says, we are tickling the edges here with our dot to make the little tire treads. And with these little hood latches and stuff in here, and the door handle and this and that, you could just describe that here in the quick, just with a little dot like that. Only the shadow. The rest of it we don't even need to see really. Okay, that's enough buhanka. How do I zoom out? Okay. Alright, I do want to do something with a person at some point, so maybe this one will be easy to start off with. And let's reset the timer here. Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, right? Wrists are broken. Carpal tunnel is shitty. Call it the Deucemeister. Interesting. Hey Craig, I don't know, man. I haven't been to Miami in a while. Yeah, it's been a few years. I don't know. Someday. I need to find a really, I want pan con lechon. There's actually a lot of Cuban food in California. Well, there's Cuban food everywhere, I guess, but there's some good Cuban food around, I guess. Yeah, so I wanna try to study pictures that have a bike or vehicle or some car or whatever and a person in it, so that way, because I always get stuck on that part. I never know how big they should be, or how are they gonna lean on the bike, how are they balancing on it, all those pesky physics questions, you know. It's hard to figure that out. You need to do a lot more drawing of this kind of reference. I'm so jealous of comic book people. Just draw anything they want. Alexis says, a bit, I think, when I started 3D modeling plus using the pad on a Mac for way too long. Oh, okay. You were 3D modeling with the trackpad? That seems impossible. I was getting some wrist problems from 3D, like too much 3D stuff, because I was doing it at work all day. And so then I switched to this kind of a mouse. It's a vertical mouse. So this one was working pretty good for a while. It's less stress on your hand because it's if you look at your hand, let me zoom out a little bit, guys. So if you guys do a lot of computer work and your wrist is hurting, I definitely recommend these kind of mouses. It's an Anchor vertical mouse, and they're really cheap, and it's just way more comfortable. If you look at how your hands rest, I don't know. This to me feels better than this. Especially when you're like this. This is bad. If your wrist is twisting like that, you want it to be like as relaxed as possible and straight. This feels very natural. But yeah, these are cheap. These are like $15 or something. And then, but even with the mouse though, I was using the mouse a lot, you know, for 3D stuff for a long time. And then eventually, I still started feeling wrist problems even with this mouse. So then I switched to just tablet. I use my drawing tablet for everything now in modeling. And I feel like drawing is the most ergonomic of the three. And it doesn't hurt as much anymore. So if you're doing 3D all day, I recommend just trying to set it up for tablet. This is going to save your wrist a lot of trouble. Sorry guys, I kind of missed this, but let me give another 3 minutes. Okay. Man, I never got used to those jelly mouse pads. They always feel, yeah, they feel like a weird they feel wrong. It's hard to tell what's going on in the background there, but I'll just guess. Alright, see you, Craig. Hey, Dee Dee. Oh yeah, we do have a Discord. It's in the description. Let's see, one more. Oops. Guess all the kids these days are using the Discords to do the communications, I believe. Let's look at this guy's butt today. Drop motorcycle butt. Okay, I'm on page 2. Oh wow. Man, I forgot how tiring drawing is. You gotta concentrate and shit. Gotta be careful. And, Okay, I guess this is figure drawing for gearheads. A lot of people who are specialists at vehicle design and whatever mechanical design are pretty garbage with drawing people. I think that's sort of that's the tradition. Kind of pick one or the other. There's a few people that can do both, but that's a unicorn artist. But I want to be a unicorn. I want to grow up to be a unicorn. Doesn't this look like a Star Wars character right here? Or some sort of evil robot thing? I'm starting to get hungry already. No. Wonder if I have some, maybe I got some cookies. I'm gonna have to go raid the pantry. I need some sustenance. I don't know about this. I think I got the hands wrong too, because it looks like they should be lining up with the top of this tank, or the back fairing here, but they are not, so the hands should be down here somewhere. If I just put the handlebars there. And then it looks like his torso is too small. Maybe it should have been bigger, like about here. And the head, helmet looks a little bit bigger. Okay. See, what do we got next? Ooh, that's a good one. Whoa! Whoa! Hey, did you see that? That's pretty dope, huh? I'll say, I'm gonna ride a bike when I grow old. Yeah. The good thing with incorporating people is you get a more engaged feel for what's going on in the drawing. Agreed. Agreed. Yep. It does feel very sterile without any. Good point. Alright guys, you guys can go ahead. I'm going to start the timer and give some extra time here, because I need to go get some cookies. Be right back. You guys go ahead and slowly walk away. I got some badonkadonk. Some Russian badonkadonk for breakfast. Yum. Oh shit. Actually, this is supposed to be Jamaican rum cake, but it doesn't taste like rum. but my uncle got it for me for my birthday, so. And next level so probably send reference to see how it seems on progress. Oh shit. What am I doing? Hello, Philly cheese. Welcome. We got 4 minutes. No. Damn it. It's not fair. I was getting some badonkadonk. Yeah, Alexis, that's the whole point. We're all supposed to be drawing the same stuff together. I'm not doing this for my health. If anything, my health is getting worse. Sitting here drawing, eating cake, and yeah, you're supposed to be drawing here. We do a little mini critique at the end also, if you're up for it. If you're up for getting blasted on the internet, you can upload your drawings to the Morning Guts, or sorry, yeah, the chat drawings link in the description. Well, that's when we're done. We're not done yet, but you guys can check out that folder, and it has the drawings that everyone's done over the past sessions. There's some pretty good stuff in there. We've drawn a lot of things. But yeah, I'm surprised a couple of you Blender guys are sticking around for the drawing. That's cool. I thought for sure today, because usually the drawing is a lot quieter than Blender. So I thought today all the Blender people would be like, what the hell is this junk? This is an open source. I quit. And then, but I feel like most 3D people are gonna be sort of creative anyway. Maybe. That's my theory. 3D people like to draw too, right? Sometimes. Once in a while. Out of time here. Almost out of time. That jounce. There's a lot of jounce. how these two wheels are way different. It's not good. No! I think I screwed up this drawing anyway. Stuff isn't really lining up here. Semi-fail. Semi-fail. What's wrong here? The scale is changing everywhere. I feel like the legs are way too small. Or the legs started off right, and then the front wheel got too big, maybe. That's what it is. Scale is off. Something is not right here. The arms are too short. Is that it? Alright, I'll just call that a fail for now. Oh, off the screen. Thank you. Well, it's maybe better that this one stays off the screen. Blender Krita people are interested in drawing. Cool. And Blender is into both. Cool. Oh, Victor. Too cool for drawing. Too cool for school. Well, I think it's time for another. I guess we can do this one next. Classic pose. He's not even holding the. Dude, you had one job. Come on, man. Okay. I'll try not to drop it all over the paper this time. Oh. Yum. 6 minutes here. Here we go. Look, Ma, no safety. Oh, really? I don't know, man. Is that the best way to do it? Hi, Angel. Good morning. I'm just eating some cake here for a second. Need some sustenance for drawing. Damn. He's pretty badass. Does anyone know why this brand is called Indian? I'm just curious. Is it from India? Sure. Oh boy. Okay, what am I doing here? I only got 2 minutes left, and I don't even have the front of the bike. And the tank. I should probably put the tank in, and maybe the butt. And this guy's butt. And then his hand, shoulder. Boom, 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 boom. He's like, handlebars are for noobs. I don't need a steer. Steering is for chumps. If you're not crashing into a wall at top speed, then you're lame. I'm just kidding. I don't know. This guy looks like he knows what he's doing. He has lots of logos on him. People with logos on them probably know what they're doing, right? If somebody has decided to make you a walking billboard, then you must be special. Look, Ma, no brains. Oh, oops. Wow, that is a really wide number 1. I like it. Number 1. Oops, I was off the screen that whole time again. Probably for the better. He looks... This always looks really unnatural to me, how these writers look. They're so crunched up and squished. It looks really uncomfortable. It probably is pretty uncomfortable. But then you see the picture and you're like, oh wait, it looks weird in real life too, so it's not just a drawing, you know? I love all these little holes and weird gaps between the pipes and things here. How long have you been learning to draw? I don't know. Forever. Forever and ever. Hey Angel, you said you had a question to ask? Was it a private question? You don't want to ask it here? Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Let's keep going, keep going. What about this photogenic type here? My hobbies are being extremely attractive and being sexy, and I also like big green frog motorcycles, and I like taking pictures where I don't look at the camera, and in front of opera houses. That's what I like. Oh, what am I doing here? If Kermit the Frog was a motorcycle, oops. Well, Angel, if whatever, you can ask whatever you want here. If it's too weird, I'll just pretend I didn't see it. Yeah. internet does get weird once in a while. Sometimes. Oh, okay. Oh, like designing for a brand? Yes. There's something that we must do at some point, I guess. Portfolio without a brand. You mean like your own personal brand, or just not having existing brands in your portfolio? Well, anyway, I guess what would I say about that? I think that's fine. I don't know. That might actually set you apart, because I feel like most portfolios for car designers will always have a branded project. I mean, in school, that's all we were allowed to do was branded projects, I think. But I think you can get work from non-branded projects, and they might be more interesting, or more just fresher maybe. And I feel like doing branded projects too is kind of cheating a little bit, because the design language is already figured out for you with the brand. So you might be modifying it a little bit, or tweaking things here and there, but for the most part it's already done. Like, the work has been done for you. You're just rearranging it into, oh, here's an Audi minivan, or here's this or that. But which is valuable, because then the company knows that they can count on you to do their brand. But there's also value to just making up your own thing too. Maybe that's what the design boss's portfolio looks like. The design boss is wow, I made him giant. I made him gigantic. Wow, his hand was supposed to be over here. I even drew the hand in here. Well, this is a failure. I'm not even gonna try this one again. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Okay. Alright, I should stop on this one before it gets any worse. I don't know if it can get any worse. Alright, that's a... Maybe I'll just go like this. Whatever. Give up. couldn't handle the sexiness. It was too much. What about this one? Yeah. I don't know. That's just random thoughts on it. I can say that I've gotten jobs based off of personal projects that did not have a brand associated with them. And I think, yeah, all of those kind of, and I've also heard people, like I interned at Honda for a summer, and the guy that hired me was like, you know, we get a lot of car portfolios, and it's just a lot of the same thing over and over and over again. But the thing that you had that was good was this spaceship project. So I had this like garbage truck in space project I did, and that was, I guess, the thing that was most attractive to them, even though they're a car company. So I think maybe if you have something that's a little surprising or different for them, it might make them interested, I guess. Yeah, space garbage. Space garbage. But I tried to do that project, like, treat it like a real industrial design project, and do all the research and look at all the stats for it. And I was looking at how much does a pound of metal cost to get into space. It's like, what, millions of dollars or whatever. So once you get stuff up there, it's already worth so much, but then they just leave the stuff up there, and it collects into this trash ring around the earth. Oh yeah, and then also that these little particles of metal, they're going so fast that if something that was 1 gram worth of material, if it's going 20,000 miles per hour, and if it were to hit a satellite or hit the space station or something like that, it would be like 3 sticks of dynamite or some craziness like that. So that was a fun project to research for. And then I found this really cool anime called Planetes that's all about space trash. It's really crazy. The whole show is about this crew on the moon, I think, or they visit the moon, and they just go around in this space trash truck and go on calls and pick up debris and get into shenanigans and all that. But that show was amazing. I'm so glad I discovered that show. I think that's my favorite anime ever. And it was super realistic too. Like, it had some science in there. It wasn't like Gundam. It was the opposite of Gundam. Oh yeah, and then also doing research for that stuff, I found out about this scientist and former astronaut that had developed some sort of ion engine that was supposed to basically run off of electricity, so it didn't need conventional fuel like a rocket engine. It would shoot out electrons or something like that instead. And So he developed this engine that was supposed to be really good for long-term travel because you didn't have to carry the fuel around or something like that. And then I was researching this guy, and I was just talking to my mom about what was going on in school, and I was talking about the research. And then she's like, "Oh, that dude, I knew that guy." She's like, I used to see him at at the Jamaican embassy or somewhere. She I don't know what she was doing at the embassy. She was like working at an embassy or something, and then she's like, "Yeah, that guy wanted to date me." He asked me out and I said no. I'm like, "Mom, but he's an astronaut. What? He's a astronaut slash rocket scientist. Really?" And she's like, "No, I don't know." I'm like, "But then you chose my dad instead?" But it's okay. I guess it's fine, because it's fine. But I thought that was pretty random. I guess my mom's been... My mom is crazy. How does that happen? What is this guy doing? Yeah, I was talking to my high school friends the other day, and they're Korean American, and we're all saying how our parents' lives and our grandparents' lives are so much more exciting than our lives. I mean, yeah. We just all grew up in suburbs and just very boring and I guess relatively safe, but just imagine grandparents are just running around wars and stuff and crossing the ocean to a new place, doing all these big giant risks and stuff. It's so crazy. Oh no, wait, that was Darren. Darren's the one that was saying that. But my other friend said that too. Basically anybody with immigrant parents or grandparents, man, that must be such a crazy life. I don't think I'll really be able to do anything like... I won't really have the whole when I was your age thing, because I feel like things weren't that too hard when we were young. I mean, not as drastically as it is from the previous generations to us. I feel like it's a bit more extreme in that generation. Crazy stories about biting dudes' faces off. That's interesting. By the second tour, I was more efficient. What? All right, man. You keep some interesting company. Did my mom spark my passion for space? Not really. I don't think she's into space, otherwise she would have dated that guy. My dad was in the Royal Navy during World War II. He did convoy escorts on a destroyer chasing U-boats. Whoa. That's amazing. That must have been so scary. Or, well, I guess at least they were hunting somebody. Not... But I guess the U-boats could get them too, right? I don't know. Well, I think I've screwed this one up too. But anyway, excuse me. Anyway, guys, I'm done with this page here, so we got 2 pages today, and that's about the limit for the stream. So if you want to join in on the little mini critique, you can post your drawings up on the chat drawings link, which is in the description, and we'll take a look. So let me also do that here. So you basically just take a picture and what am I doing? Right here and right here. Okay. And then there's a photos. It's a Google Photos album. So if you have Google Photos on your phone, it'll automatically upload it. And then you can just go to this little chat drawings link. Where is it? Shoot. It's in the description of the video. If I can find it. Here it is. There's a link to this thingamajigger. Here. Shit. And then you just upload this. You can also just upload directly with this thing. Here, I'm going to select these 2 and add them to our little shared album, Morning Guts. And let me go to Morning Guts. Oh yeah, here it is. Add to album. Now I'll go down here. Wow, so Charlie says he had nightmares for years of the tanker being hit, then the sea going on fire, while the destroyer had to go after the boat. Wow. Yeah, that's a pretty intense image. Jeez, did they find the U-boat after that? All right, here we go. I guess in the meantime, I can look at some of these new drawings. These, I think, came in after the last stream, so I'll just let's take a look at these guys. This is really interesting. I love these caricatures, or how he's stylizing this stuff and making it really. I don't know. It definitely has a feeling and a style to it. I like this dog thing. And super confident. It's just... This is really cool. I like this doodle over here too. And then here's Ryan Jones doing some spaceships. I guess he's still working on that wing over there. Or airplane. Cool. And then this is, who is this? Oh shoot, sorry, I can't read. But these are really nice sketches. I like this. Really abstract blobs, but he's controlling to have, he has big, medium, and small blobs, and they're all sort of offset and playful, and it looks bubbly and playful. So I like that. I like this doodle too. These guys are a little bit more straightforward. This is more what I would imagine somebody to do, like if they're doing an assignment or something. It's more just like, yeah, I'm gonna have these rectilinear shapes and everything will be kind of figured out completely. But I sort of, well, I guess I'll encourage you to do more of this kind of thing where it's a little bit more playful and more, I feel like this is more experimental, and you're having more weird squiggles and accidents here that could become something interesting. This one too, really cool. Okay, and then here's some studies. Oh, he got into the airport stuff. He got into the F1 cars. These are awesome. I love how confident, it's just one line pretty much going through here, and he's going pretty dark on the first pass of the line. So a lot of people, when they draw the first time they draw, or the first time they put down lines, they're really timid and light, and then they go back in really dark after. But this guy is actually going in pretty dark at first, it looks like. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe he's good at tracing over his timid lines. And then this is Ryan with some figures. That's pretty nice. That looks like actual figure drawing. Cool. And then here's Brent Lou, Mr. T Crab. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe this is boiling water and he's trying to not cook himself. I don't know. So I guess sort of like what we're talking about today, where we have positive shapes here that are interesting, but I feel like the negative shapes also, excuse me, could be more designed also, like in between here, in between the armpits, in between these two pieces here. How do these things fit together? And can they fit together like a weird, interesting puzzle? Can they have thick and thin happening in between the meeting points and stuff like that? I think this is sort of more like it. Like you're playing with how the parts intersect with each other. But this one, I think these are sort of a little bit too thrown together. They feel thrown together. This one feels better. That one, it looks like they all fit together. This one looks nice too. I like the diamond theme going on everywhere. Cool. And then here's Ryan Jones again. Interesting. I'm curious to see what's going on the other side, because it looks like there's a scallop here, and also it looks like there's a negative curve if we look at that cross section here, but then it's sort of straight here. And if that is true, I would like to know what happens in between these 2 points. How does it transition? Does it curve down here and then smooth out, or what happens? And you can describe that by just adding in a couple extra lines here to show how it changes over time, or you can draw an intersection line where these two shapes would meet up in the middle, depending on how you want to do it. But cool. And then here's another one from Ryan. Interesting. It looks like somebody that's been shot down or Yeah, they look like a goner. Cool. Ooh, and then we got some Scott Robertson style 1-point perspective type of thing, but you are getting the two wheels are pointing towards the center, but this one is actually pointing down. If we look at the shortest, the narrowest part of the circle is right across this way, so it's actually pointing this way, while this one is pointing that way. So just be careful with where your ellipses are pointing. It should actually be more like a mirror image of this wheel to this side. Cool. More from Ryan. Man, Ryan's been busy. Nice. Okay. It's pretty ambitious. It's very round. It cuts in here, but I think how these pieces are all stuck onto it could be more interesting, maybe, or maybe if this thing is coming in at an angle like this, which is an interesting angle, I would think that this cut line here, or this panel here, could maybe follow that a little bit to reinforce it, or some other detail that follows this to reinforce it. Because right now it's just stuck there, and it's all there. It's sort of by itself on a little island there, and maybe just a couple things around it to reinforce that idea that this thing is at an angle, and it's supposed to be at an angle, and the rest of the vehicle is designed with holistically incorporating that angled piece. Because it looks like it could have just been pasted on there right now. Damn, Ryan's been busy. Okay. Nice. We've got some more motorcycles, some Scott Robertson tutorial looking stuff. Looks like a Scott Robertson Gumroad. And yeah, this wheel's doing a lot better. Looks like these guys are both pointing towards the same point. That looks good. And then this is a D-type Jaguar, or some kind of a old car. That's cool. I like this extreme fisheye perspective. And there's my junk from today. Let's refresh this and see if anyone else posted. Alright, so we got some from RJ. Ooh. RJ got this thing on the first try. Very nice. And that thing nailed it. He just did it. And then this one, yeah. Pretty cool. Wait, which one is this? This must be his own one. That's pretty nice. Nice and graphic. Damn, you got this guy really good. This is way better than mine. And that one too. Yeah, these are great, man. I like that one too. Shit. Really, really good proportions, man. The proportions here are... I think you're nailing it. Yeah, this one too. You got that way better than me. Very nice. And you got the hand coiling away from the handlebars. Man. Okay, I'm jealous. I think this is the one to beat today. Here's Charlie. Alright, Charlie got the shadow on the first try. Very nice. He's got the treads. These are looking good too. Yeah. Your person looks like a actual person size. That's great. I like this sketch too. This definitely has that feeling of uncomfortably squished together onto the motorcycle. Maybe these wheels are a little bit small here. They could be a little bit bigger. And this one looks good. Yeah, really nice. Whoa. Jeez. That's an intense sketch. Yeah, that's great. Ooh. Yeah, these definitely look really... I like all the detail in the treads. You even got the little lines in between each tread. Like some of the treads are split. That's really cool. Very nice. Ricky. Okay, really detailed. Okay. Yeah, that's great. I like the shadows back here showing the interior of the car. And this like leaving the little tow hook there in white, that's really cool too. Yeah. Wow. I like how you're describing the rock with these different directions of hatching, and it kind of looks like, yeah, if you chipped away at a rock over time, maybe it would sort of look like that. Or maybe this is more like a gem or like a volcanic rock type of a thing. It looks very sharp. Nice. Alright, and then here we've got Johan. Damn, look at that. That's a really nice sketch. That one too. Man. You guys do much better with people than I do. These are nice. Really nice. Alright. Nice, Johan. I like it. And then we've got... Oh yeah, Victor, you can... How long have we been doing Morning Guts? You just gotta look through the folder here. I think it's been about 2 or 3 months. Maybe 2 months. On and off, but... So sometimes we'll get into a groove where we're just doing it every day and it actually, you know, we get some real work done. But I think that's it for today, unless there's anybody else in the chat who wants to upload, or if you're uploading right now, just give a shout and we'll give you a minute to upload. But otherwise, hey Jonathan, good morning. Yeah, you're catching us right at the end here, but I think we'll be drawing again tomorrow at 11 a.m. PST. I'll just have the last piece of my cake and then I'll refresh here and see if anybody else. I'm always confused because, well, never mind, I'll shut up. The ratio of people that watch versus draw is surprising. But alright, one more time. I don't see anything. Okay, that's it. Cut off. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining in and drawing today. I hope you had fun. And see you next time. Have a good one.